All right, let's go. Washington Commanders 21, New York Giants 6. Commanders move to 1-0. Giants fall to 0-1. Pretty handily. Commanders win pretty handily here against the Giants. Had control of this game for the most part. It was 14-6 late. Deebo Samuel with a touchdown, 19-yard run for Deebo to make it the 2-score game and seal the deal. I didn't check, but was every game one possession into the fourth besides
Miami, Indy?
I mean, Miami, Indy wasn't. Jacksonville wasn't. Everything else, maybe Green Bay and Detroit. Those 3 games that were not at least within one possession into the fourth quarter. And most of them finished within one possession. It was a very competitive week, but this was one of the games where it felt like the Commanders were in hand, had the game in hand for the majority of it.
Yeah, it was a weirdly close game that ended up finally getting to the score, I think, that probably should have been for most of it. Washington were, I think, comfortably the better team. Deebo Samuel looked really good. Like, that was a question. You know, he showed up to Washington looking hefty. Then had to spend some time on the treadmill, working his way into shape, and apparently has done that pretty successfully because this looked like vintage Deebo Samuel. Rushing threat, receiving threat, like dynamic. Terry McLaurin is still a big play threat. Jaden Daniels looks pretty spectacular. Washington looked pretty good.
They did. I mean, are you telling me that Deebo ran one route at half speed in May?
I mean, no, I think I think he legitimately was out of shape when he rocked up to Washington. Like, I think he himself kind of admitted that and I was saying it in a kind of facetious manner, but he did legitimately have to get himself on a treadmill and lose whatever it was, 5, 6, 7 pounds. But obviously he did that, and it's not a problem.
Yeah, the Washington offense, only 21 points. They kind of screwed up at the end of the half as well. Jaden Daniels, it looked like a bit of a miscommunication maybe on the route, but Jaden Daniels takes an intentional grounding, and then the clock runs out on that play, and they left 3 points on the board. So they only scored 21 officially, but I thought Washington's offense looked pretty efficient. Daniels played well, missed one open deep ball to Terry McLaurin, but similar. He just scrambles at the right time. There's a couple plays where pass protection broke down. There was a really nice Brian Burns play against rookie right tackle Josh Connerly. I thought Connerly held up well overall, but Burns got him, pretty bad on one. And there was multiple Washington drops that would have been first down. So I thought they could have played a cleaner game on that side of the ball. I thought Daniels was good, and I thought they did a nice job. I mean, the hype for me for the Giants, not that I'm expecting them to make a playoff run or anything, but I thought they'd be more competitive because of that front four. And I thought Washington
looked good generally.
But I thought Washington did a good job of not letting them tee off, right? Even like when it was second and long, they were using a little play action. They were slowing them down. I don't think we got an opportunity to really see the Giants tee off. There was a couple really nice rushes, as I said, from Burns. Abdul Carter got in there. Dexter Lawrence made his plays. There's a few plays in there. But overall, the pass rush didn't make the same kind of impact, I think, that they could on a down-to-down basis.
No, I mean, I think their front four was disruptive, but it wasn't enough. Like, the rest of the defense wasn't able to make the plays, and Washington just had too many answers, which is a good sign for them, obviously.
Run game-wise, you did see Corey Krosky-Merritt.
Bill made plays.
Really nice touchdown.
It's almost like being number 4 in the depth chart was meaningless.
Oh, they were messing with everybody. So Deebo's 2 carries were, misdirection, some trickeration where he looked good, including the 19-yard run. I thought Krosky-Merritt added exactly what they were hoping for. He had a 42-yard run late added there, but he had a nice touchdown where he bounced out when he needed to, showed quickness, followed his blockers, good cutting. I thought Krosky-Merritt looked good and will continue to get more carries in this offense.
Yeah, and led the team in carries from a running back, right? I mean, I think Jaden Daniels had more carries officially, but Bill was basically RB1 for them, not RB4.
Hey guys, real quick, only 40% of our viewers are actually subscribed, so let's change that. Hit that subscribe button, and now let's get back to the action. Yeah. No, that was good. And then on the other side, they did a nice job. Washington's defense did a nice job slowing down the Giants' rushing attack. I thought Washington's defensive line has been a concern for me. I thought Javon Kinlaw, one of their big free agent signings, he has never been a great run defender. He was excellent at the point of attack. Him, Deron Payne. I thought the defensive tackles played pretty well for Washington. Kinlaw was Mr. Week 1 for me, Sam. He did that a couple years ago. I thought he had completely turned the corner. Wasn't exactly there, but he was disruptive. Bobby Wagner, his usual excellent play in and around the line of scrimmage. So I thought Washington made the Giants one-dimensional offensively, and then the Giants' offense kind of looked like it has, right? Malik Neighbors has big play potential. Everything else, the Wan'Dale Robinson underneath stuff that to nowhere. It was, just nothing from the Giants' offense on the other side.
Well, it's like, so Washington, I think, did a pretty good job of getting pressure and causing problems and disrupting Russell Wilson. I think Wilson can still escape a lot of that. But the problem, so vintage Russell Wilson, he escapes the pressure, he runs around for a while, and then he finds like a deep heave to DK Metcalf or whoever the wide receiver is at the other end, right? He's still kind of able to do that, but I don't know if I think the league is just better at defending that now. So Malik Neighbors, I think it was 4 or 5 contested targets to him deep down the field. I think he came up with one of them. It's like, it's just a low percentage shot. You know what I mean? Like, Russell Wilson is still very good at getting that ball in the vague direction of his receiver. But if the receiver's not going to make at least 50% of those plays, which is not an easy thing to do, 50% in terms of like contested target rate deep down the field is a good number. Like, if you're not able to hit at 1 out of every 2 of those, you're dead. Like, you need at least 50% of those just to keep the chains moving. So that's kind of what it felt like. Outside of those plays, there's not that much to this offense. And if you don't get enough of those plays, they're just not going to move the ball.
Yeah, so that's where it was. There's already rumblings. Every week we're going to hear this. They're asking
1 week.
Brian Daboll, is Russell Wilson your starter going forward? We're going to assess it. It's earlier than I expected, right? A lot of times, we've seen this with a lot of rookie quarterbacks where the veteran, you get to the press conference after the veteran had a poor game. It's like, no, that guy's our starter. We're rolling with him. We didn't get that yet from Daboll. So I'm not saying Russ isn't going to start going forward, but Jackson Dart watch is at least on right now.
Remember, though, look, I'm not defending Russell Wilson necessarily, but no Andrew Thomas, the one good player from that offensive line. Left tackle becomes a problem spot immediately before you even step foot onto the field. He did give his wide receiver one, Malik Neighbors, chances to make a bunch more plays than he actually made. Russell Wilson, I don't think played well in this game. I don't think he was the problem either. I don't see a world in this game where if you just take Russell Wilson out of the lineup, put Jackson Dart in there, it immediately goes better.
They had Tyrone Tracy had 10 carries for 24 yards. And their backs averaged about 2 yards per carry.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Russell Wilson was the leading rusher with 44 yards. They didn't have much of a run game. Russ, by the way, finished 17 of 37 for 168. And so, it was inefficient. And the Wan'Dale stuff, 6 catches for 55. Yeah, it was what we've seen from the Giants offense in recent years.
Yeah, which is to say not good.
Which was, not good. Commanders defense, though, I thought they did a nice job, played well up front, and made some plays on the back end as well.
I will credit the Giants for trying to run a trick play to Marcus Bowe in the end zone, though. Their tackle. That was fun. It didn't work, but it was fun.
You wanted to give them credit
why not?
For doing something fun.
Look, the offense isn't working. Let's throw a ball to the tackle. Let's give that a shot. Creativity. I like it.
Was there anything else? There was one play where I think the Giants, they sacked Jaden Daniels. They got him 3 times. There was one play where I think it was Thibodeau, maybe Abdul Carter, and Dexter Lawrence. They all won at the same time. And I'm not saying that's going to happen every down. I'm not saying that's going to happen 10 times a game. But it just kind of showed their potential.
Yeah.
Where there's 3 wins, and that was one of the few times Jaden Daniels held the ball. I thought he did a really nice job working quickly. On his non-scrambles, he was getting rid of the ball pretty quickly, negating the potential for that pass rush. So I thought Daniels played a good, quick, efficient game. But the Giants' pass rush was, I thought, overall negated outside of a couple plays in this one.
Mm-hmm.
I could tell when you're done.
Thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video.
Check the Mic is live every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, so be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a thing.
And the all-knowing algorithm is convinced you'll also like these videos, and who are we to argue?